Dear students, the topic of today's lecture of organic chemistry is halogen derivatives of hydrocarbons, alkyl halides, reactions of nucleophilic substitution. Speaker, Doctor of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Professor Vilchinska Elena. Contents: nomenclature and isomerism of alkyl halides, extraction of alkyl halides, properties of alkyl halides. Practically directed educational objective of the lecture is to study nomenclature and isomerism of alkyl halides, extraction of alkyl halides, properties, physical, chemical, biological of alkyl halides, as organic compounds which are base of the medicines or drugs. Test. What is the name of the representative of alkyl halide? The correct answer is B, chloropropane. Nomenclature of alkyl halides. Alkyl halides are compounds in which a hydrogen of an alkane has been replaced by a halogen. Alkyl halides are classified as primary, secondary, or tertiary. Primary alkyl halides has a halogen bonded to a primary carbon, secondary alkyl halides to a secondary carbon, tertiary alkyl halides to a tertiary carbon. You can see common names, systematic names for some alkyl halides. For example, common name methyl chloride, systematic name chloromethane. In the IUPAC system, alkyl halides are named as substituted alkanes. For example, 2-bromo-5-methyl-heptane, 1-acyl-2-iodocyclopentane, 1-chloro-5,5-dimethylhexane, 4-bromo-2-chloro-1-methylcyclohexane. Isomerism of alkyl halides. Structural, geometrical, optical. Structural. Different structure of carbon chain and different location of halogen atoms in the molecule of organic compound. For example, 1-chlorobutane and 2-chlorobutane are isomers. 2-methyl-1-chloropropane, 2-methyl-2-chloropropane are isomers. Geometric, for molecules which contain a double bond connected with different substituents. Optical, for molecules of halogen derivatives which contain asymmetric carbon atom. A rule of right and left hands. Structure of alkyl halides. The carbon-halogen bond is formed from the overlap of an sp3 orbital of carbon with an sp3 orbital of halogen. You can see some carbon-halogen bond characteristics: bond length, bond strength. Attention! Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine uses a different sp3 orbitals. Extraction of alkyl halides. Chlorination and bromination of the saturate hydrocarbons. The reactions of radical substitution. The Finkelstein reaction. Hydrohalogenation of ethylene and acetylene hydrocarbons. This reaction runs by Markovnikov rule. The substitution of the functional groups, for example, hydroxy, to atom of any halogen by the action of the following reagents: hydrochloride, hydrobromide, pentachloride of phosphorus, and other. Reaction of halogens with alkanes or alkenes. Physical properties of alkyl halides. Physical state and smell. Colorless, sweet-smelling liquids. Colorless gases. For example, methyl chloride, methyl bromide. Solids. Solubility. Are not able to form hydrogen bonds with water. Are practically insoluble in water. Are soluble in organic solvents like alcohol, ether, benzene, etc. You can see some characteristics of physical properties of alkyl halides: density and temperature of boiling in Kelvin. You can see boiling points of alkanes and alkyl halides in Celsius. Chemical properties of alkyl halides. The reaction with water, a product is alcohol. The reaction with sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, a product is alcohol. The Williamson's reaction, a product is ether. The reaction with salts of carbonic acids, a product of ester. Chemical properties of alkyl halides. Reaction of nucleophilic substitution. In a substituent reaction, the electronegative atom of group is replaced by another atom of group. In an elimination reaction, the electronegative atom or group is eliminated along with a hydrogen from an adjacent carbon. You can see examples of reactions of nucleophilic substitution for alkyl halides. There are products: an alcohol, a thiol, an ether, a thioether, a primary amine, an alkene, a nitrile. Reaction of nucleophilic substitution. S. It stands for substitution. N for nucleophilic. 2 for bimolecular. Bimolecular means two molecules are involved in the rate determining step. The rate of a nucleophilic substitution reaction depends on the concentrations of both reagents. Reaction of nucleophilic substitution. In 1937, Edward Hughes and Christopher Ingold proposed a mechanism for reaction of nucleophilic substitution. The rate of the reaction depends on the concentration of the alkyl halide and on the concentration of the nucleophile. When the hydrogens of methyl bromide are successfully replaced with methyl groups, the rate of the reaction with a given nucleophile becomes progressively slower. The reaction of an alkyl halide in which the halogen is bonded to an asymmetric carbon leads to the formation of only one stereoisomer, and the configuration of the asymmetric carbon is inverted relative to its configuration in the reacting alkyl halide. You can see scheme of mechanism of reaction. Test. What product is formed after reaction of alkyl halide with water? The correct answer is B, alcohol. Biologically important halides. The shelves of a typical modern pharmacy are stocked with almost 2,000 preparations, most of which contain a single active ingredient, usually an organic compound with functional groups, a halogen too. Changing a structure of the lead compound is called molecular modification. Biologically important halides. Carbon tetrachloride. Carbon tetrachloride is a clear liquid which is almost insoluble in water. Carbon tetrachloride is used as a solvent for oils, fats, resins, and as a starting material in the manufacture of organic compounds. Carbon tetrachloride was formerly used as a dry cleaning agent and pesticide. Biologically important halides. Chloroform is used in medicine and pharmacy as solvent, reagent in the laboratories of pharmaceutical analyses, as anesthetic in medicine. Halothane is used for anesthesia. Preparations, derivatives of 1,4-benzodiazepine with halogen in molecular, tranquilizers, for example, diazepam, flurazepam, and other. You can see a scheme of synthesis of preparation Librium, a benzodiazepine 4-oxide, a tranquilizer. Preparations, derivatives of heterocyclic compounds, uracil, purine, with halogen in molecular, anti-cancer agents, for example, Fludara, F2-racers. Preparations, derivatives of heterocyclic compounds, uracil, with halogen in molecular, anti-cancer agents, for example, Xeloda. Preparations, derivatives of imidazoline, with halogen in molecular. Apraclonidine, known under the brand iupidine, is a sympathomimetic used in glaucoma therapy. Preparations, derivatives of imidazoline with halogen in molecular. Clonidine side effects you should know. So, the organic compounds considered today are alkyl halides, which are used in practice and have a certain significance as preparations or reagents and solutions in medicine and pharmacy. Nomenclature, isomerism, structure, properties, physical, chemical, and biological, of representatives of this class of compounds are considered. References: for study of discipline of organic chemistry. Thank you for your attention.